Hello my friends, welcome back. Today just going to change it up a bit and have a look at something slightly different. We're going to have a look at some fanzines and some science fiction convention booklets of the 70s, a couple of 80s there, mainly from the 70s. Now, you don't see these on BookTube, or at least I haven't seen any. And I've got a special affinity with fanzines because I used to publish a couple myself back in the 70s, if publish is the right word. Although people bought them and read them, so I suppose that counts as a publication, albeit an amateur one. And back then, I was a disciple of Hull Nelson, read everything. You know, I've probably read about 95% of everything he's ever written. And consequently, I used to pick these up because they had some connection with Hull Nelson, either a letter or an article about, or just, anything concerned with Hull Nelson. So I managed to accumulate a dozen or so, and then I've got some other sort of semi-professional ones to show you, which are quite interesting. So these were the sort of things, if you're not familiar, these were the smaller fanzines that they did. Now, this one, as I say, it's got in brackets there the Alien Critic, which is quite a well-known American fanzine. I hadn't realised it started out as Science Fiction Review, actually. As you can see, the price on there is $1.25, and inside this one you have, as I say, Arlen Ellison, Ursula Le Guin, Goulart, and these are basically the grassroots, what I like to think of as the grassroots of science fiction, because they had letters, from professional people. There, as you can see at the bottom there, you've got one from Robert Bloch. And writers used to take these quite seriously. Another one there from Paul Anderson, and then again you had I don't know what the Aliens archives are, but yeah, I mean this one has an awful lot of letters in because obviously that's where the interest lay. I mean, there's even one there from Philip Jose Farmer. So these fanzines were well respected by the writers, or not, if they were writing in a complaint, like Ellison did very often. I'm just trying to find some other. Actually, this one seems to be composed of letters, although there are a few articles there. What have we got? Rather long articles. There's not much else apart from letters, and there's one article by the look of it. Yeah, this, as I say, this is quite an early one. An article about, but I mean, there's a sort of a taste, if you can see on the white there. That's a taste of what was in there. And that was typical of most of the fanzines of that era. To say as an historical document, historical documents, they're quite interesting. That one was from 76, and that's a cheaper publication, 50p. Obviously amateur artwork on the front there, and on the back. And if we have a look inside, well, that's the reason I bought that one. Harlan Ellison talks to Chris Fowler. So that would be my reason for having that one. And again, you've got this one's got book reviews. This one seems to cover a lot more ground than the first one I showed you, because I mean, inevitably there are letters as well. I'm just flicking through, see if there's anything else of interest in there. No, it's I mean the Harlan Ellison interview takes up sort of almost half the book, and then you've got a review of one of his books there. So yeah, I mean that was another one. Vector, not quite as well established, and then later on it came out as The Alien Critic, and that one was $1, so the price went down. In actual fact, this is before the other one I showed you, so it must have changed its name to excuse me, Science Fiction Review later on in its life. Yeah, well, you can see what's inside there, some of it. The artwork's a bit more professional in that particular publication. Again, lots of letters, but as I say, that was a staple diet of these things, because there was some interesting stuff in the letters. You can see a letter from Harlan Ellison there. He's probably complaining about something. But as I say, there were some nice articles as well. So that's one of the earlier Alien Critic. Now we move on to the bigger size ones. That's Harlan Ellison, fairly recognisable. Algol, that's another sort of well-established fanzine. Now this one is strange, in as much as it's printed. I don't know what they call that. When they blueprint something or print something in blue, it makes a bit more sense. I guess there's some reason for it. Although, having said that, it goes to orange pages with black print, so I'm not sure what all that's about. Yeah, there's a long interview with Harlan Ellison there. I'm just trying to find the beginning of it to show you. Paper's very, yeah, it's fairly book standard font there. But yeah, as I say, I don't know why they printed these in that large format. I would have thought the smaller format would have been a lot cheaper. There you go, excuse me one moment. I'm in a frog already. Right. Okay, and there's another couple of... Well, it was still Alien Critic at number 9. Oh, sorry, it switched over to Alien Critic at number 9 by the look of it. It's got me confused. Lovely artwork on the back. I recognise that artist, but it's not signed. Well, it is signed, but I can't read who it is. And that is Tim Kirk on the front there, who's quite a famous artist. And so this one is archives. It seems to cover the current books that are out at that particular time. You can see that there. telling you the book and how much they are and what the author is. And then letters. An advert for a comic convention coming up. And the stuff inside didn't alter too much from issue to issue, but it's interesting to see what a lot of professionals had to say at any given time. There's an article about Robert Heinlein, so all interesting stuff. And then number 12, they were Science Fiction Review, Tim Kirk again. Not so good on the back. This one printed in yellow, so I don't know why they kept changing the cover of these, the paper inside of these, but I don't know. So as I say, just letters, reviews. I can't see anything. Oh, that's an interesting one. I've lost it. A non-fiction fantasy about Harl Ellison. So I can't remember what that one's all about, I'm sure. Right, now. Excuse me. Right, we'll hop over to the convention booklets. This is a later one. These are very similar to the fanzines, but obviously focused on the convention. There's a list of all the membership of that particular convention. I would love to have gone over to one of these conventions actually, but we see guest of honour there is Joe Haldeman, which I guess, well, no, it would have been, I don't know, I forget when the Forever War was written, but maybe it was somewhere around there. And we even have adverts for British magazines. It's quite interesting. And what do we have? Weirdly, is it America? Oh, I should read these before I do the review. Actually, Albacon is a Scottish science fiction convention. I thought it was strange seeing all of these English publications in there. That should have given me a clue. There's an interview with Anne McCaffrey, who is the joint guest of honour with Harl Ellison. Now this was about the time, 85, that Harl Ellison stopped writing. I think I read somewhere that he had a writer's block for some time, and it was I think it was about that time I bought the last novel of his, and then nothing appeared for a while. So I assume that story might have been correct. I thought there was another Albacon, but not. Right, MondoCon. Let's have a look. Make sure this is American. Yeah, looks to be that way. Right, so we have Vaughan Bode on the back, comic artist, and some very nice artwork in this one. I guess this is guest of honour is Harl Clement. Not too familiar with his work, I must admit. Lots of artwork inside this one, so it is quite different to the fanzines. appreciation of the guest of honour by Robert Silverberg. And there's a programme of events. And, oh, lovely. I would have bought this anyway, Bernie Wrightson. Oh, what a fantastic artist he was. Shame he died at such an early age, actually. Larry Todd. Once again, I think Harlan Ellison was a guest of honour at this one as well. Oh, it's a nice Frank Brunner drawing there. So yeah, I mean these are better quality paper than the fanzines. And once again we have the membership. I can see Frank Rosetta's name on there. Isaac Asimov, Jack Chalker, another science fiction author, Lester Del Rey, Robert Silverberg, Jim Steranko. That must have been a good convention. I'd love to have met all of those people. Yeah, so that was MondoCon. And then we have LunaCon for 1973. This is quite a slim publication. That's the programme for the events of that particular do. There's a advert for door books. I would have bought it just for that, of course. And there again, obviously Harlan Ellison was the guest of honour. Ellison, talking about himself as he loved to do. And that's your little pocket programme. You want to carry that around with you, and you didn't have the book at hand. One of my favourite pictures of Harlan Ellison in there as well. Looks like your average film star, doesn't he? Yeah, so that was quite a slim one. And then the last convention booklet I have is this rather large Decon 73. Don't know where Decon was held. Dallas. That makes sense. And again we have, that's a rather long one that goes from a Wednesday to a Sunday with a page of details of the events there. I don't know if you can see that okay. Heck of a lot going on there, I would say. You need some stamina to get through that. Oh, there we are. It's a nice one. Rules and instructions. I like it. Oh dear. And this one is, there we are. Oh, I've actually got this one. Signed by Harlan Ellison. That's that picture that everybody loves so much. So that's a nice signed copy. And that's, remember I did a video a short while ago about the EC comics. That is William Gaines, who was the publisher. Strange bloke apparently, but... And just a few... Well, there's one for Richard. That's Vintage SF. Your old mate. Second down, Don Punchat's there. There we go. We had a little chat about him not so long ago. So yeah, just a few adverts. This one seems to be all adverts, which probably paid for the whole thing. Yeah, nothing else really of great content in there. Yeah, so that was the fanzines. Now, this is, you know, what you might call a professional fanzine. I don't know, but it's a very interesting set of books I managed to pick up back in the 70s. And it's something called the Science Fiction Collector. Now, I loved these at the time. Although it wasn't printed on the best quality paper, you know, you had some lovely cover. Yeah, those there. And in actual fact, this one has got my scribblings all over it because it covers Ace books. And it's a complete list of all the Ace books that ever came out. See my little the nerd in me. You can see my little annotations there. I'll just try and find it for you. On the right, also came out as blah blah. that was the nerd in me coming through. And the ones I've underlined in red are obviously the ones I had at that particular time. I also had the cheek to add a couple that weren't there. So maybe they should have employed me to do the list. Yeah, so that seems to be totally concerned with. It's even got a little author by author list in the back of who did what. So yeah, I mean that's a very invaluable resource for anybody like me that loved Ace books and still do. And the next issue, number 2. This one was concerned with, where are we? Pocketbooks, Harley Quinn. What do we got? Yeah, we've got some nice repros inside there. Quality is not brilliant, but at least you can see what they are. And then we have a list of something or other here. What we got? Oh, a list of books by Frederick Brown, apparently. See there. You know, it's all very comprehensive stuff. Yeah, advert for the. And we have a list of other books of interest. Indexed by author of all different merit books, Lion books. I'm not familiar with a lot of these. Prize science fiction novels, Perma books. You know, it's all interesting stuff. If you're a real book freak and you're not familiar, you will be when you've read that. So that was number 3. What do we have in here? A couple of nice magazine of horror covers there. And more lists. This looks like bizarre fantasy tales. What do we have? A large list of something here. Oh yeah, bizarre. A list of famous science fiction magazine of horror, startling mystery stories. It's just a list and tells you which issue those particular stories were. So, Yeah, I mean, all good stuff. And then number 4. Nice weird tails there. That looks like better printing, or lovely. Planet Stories, one of my favourite pulps. And again we have more of the same lists and more lists. So I won't bother going through them. I'll just show you that's number 5. More lists, and that's number 6. Nice cover there, New Maps of Hell. This one, the paper gets a better quality because you can see the cover repros are a lot clearer on these, and the whiteness of the paper tells you that as well. There's a nice old Valentine Jack Vance there, the Blue World. Oops, one side. So as I say, that'll be more listed. So you can tell by if I hold those side by side, you can see the difference in the paper there. And the last one I have of these is number 7, which is a thicker volume. And in that issue it says E.C. Tubb. E.C. Tubb wrote a load. Probably a nice Jeff Jones cover there. This book probably covers the whole of this book probably covers E.C. Tubb, because he wrote 1 billion books, going way back. So yeah, if you're into E.C. Tubb, try and find one of those. And then it changed. I haven't got 8 and 9, but by then it had changed to something called Megavore. But same stuff, you know, lists. This looks like some lists from the old pulp. Operator 5, Dr. Death. From the old pulp paperbacks, which I have a few. And there's another nice Jeff Jones cover there. And yeah, more lists. So, you know, chances of coming across these at any sort of decent price might be a bit low, but if you've got any interest, have a look on eBay, you never know. Right, so that was that, something a little bit different. It went on a bit longer than I had hoped. But I will sign off now, and I'll be back with a book haul pretty soon. So until then, bye-bye for now.